Assalamu alaikum. Hello, back again. Explain to you the homework problem. So I explained to you in the previous video about the quarter and how is it represented in terms of the line. Okay, let me make this a little bit thicker. Okay, and please let me know in your comments if you have any suggestions about my videos. I can improve it in the next ones. So we want to know about the 2/3. So since you have 3 in the bottom, remember when we had 1/4, we divided the the line in 4 sections, but in this case we will divide the line by 3 sections. So something like this, 3 equal sections, right? Thirds. Okay, 3 equal sections. All right, so what will be the first section? First section will be, this is like 0, this is 1/3. Okay, this is 2/3. This is 3/3. Easy. 3/3 is equal what? 1. Right? So this is 0, this is 1. Easy. Okay, so if I would ask you, where is 1/2 in this line from this 0 to 1 in terms of 1/2? So 1/2 always is just like cutting the 1 unit into 2 equal sections, so it will be somewhere here. This is 1/2. So the question is asking you to play, where would you place where would you place 2/3? Is it after 1/2, before 1/2? So I am giving you the answer now. 2/3 is here, right? 2/3 is here, so it's greater than 1/2. Okay, so this is using the line measurement, right? The line representation of the fractions. And I also like the representation of the fractions in terms of a circle, like a pizza. When you cut a pizza in slices, you if you have 4 persons. So I'm gonna explain to that a little bit later because you may find it easier with a line or with a circle, but circle is very, very nice, very important, and if you understand it well, it's gonna make math so easy for you later on in the future. Okay, math will be a piece of cake for you using the circle, because circle, later on you're gonna learn about angles and all that good stuff. Okay, so now 2/3, if we will erase this, right? Erase all of this, and then we will see where we will put the 2/3 in terms of the, if we have that line. So again, this is 0, this is 1, this is 1/2. Okay, but if we're cutting it in 3 sections, it's going to be something like this, you know, roughly, you know, because we're not really measuring. You know, if you measure, maybe it's not exactly, but we're just assuming that this is equal to this equal to this. It's just like you have to walk from this point all the way to this point. If you have to walk like 1 kilometer, for example, or 1 mile, right? Just imagine with me, you have to walk 1 mile and there is a heavy backpack and you are three guys that walking together. The backpack is only one backpack, and it's filled with your food and drinks, but it's heavy, and you don't it's not fair for one person to carry it all the way from point 0 to point 1 for 1 mile. So since you are guys are three, you want to share the the responsibility. You want to share the weight of the backpack. So person one of you will carry it to 1/3 of the distance. So this is 1/3 of the distance, for example, right? And then the other person will carry it the second third of the person of the whole distance, and then the third one will carry it from here to here, and then that will be fair, right? So you split the the responsibility between amongst you, right? This is just an example for you to imagine why we would do something like fractions or line segments and all that stuff. Okay, this is useful actually for real calculations, right? So please, if this is a little bit, if you don't understand some of my explanation, you can ask your parents to comment and tell me to maybe slow down or explain things a little bit more later. Okay, so but this is the good stuff. I want you to be able to understand things and with tangible examples. Okay. All right, so 2/3 now we know this is 1/3. So and then this is 2/3, and this is 3/3, which is 1, right? So 2/3 is greater, right? So we know now 2/3 is greater. Okay, how about we're gonna move on to 1/6, right? So let's use the same line. Okay, let's use the same line, and then let's cut it actually now in 6 segments. Okay, let me show you a trick how to, if you have one line, one segment from 0 to 1, imagine that this is like 1 mile or 1 kilometer, right? So since 6 is an even number, it's easier. Even number is easier than 3. 3 here was an odd number. Okay, was an odd number. So even number is easier. So if 1/6, it's better not to start counting. We want to cut this section on, cut it by 6. Let's say now we have 6 kids wanted to carry the same backpack, walking the mile, 1 mile. So it's easier now. They're gonna walk less because they're 6, right? Not 3 anymore. So if since it's even, let's cut it in half. So this is like 1/2, right? This is 0, this is 1, this is 1/2, right? So what's half of 1/2? What's this one? This is half of 1/2, 1/4, right? Okay, and what will be half of, and the second half? So if we count 1/4, and then 2/4, which is the same as 1/2, and then what will be this one? Will be 3/4, or 3/4. Okay, so this is actually, if we're doing an even number, but it's actually not gonna work now for this one is not gonna work for 1 over 6. It may work for like 1 over 8. Okay, I'm gonna keep the same example to do 1 over 8. I'm gonna change it a little bit so that you can do 1 over 6 later, okay? But let's say they give you 1 over 8. Let's do the example for 1 over 8. So where will we find 1 over 8? 1 over 8, which one is bigger? 1 over 8 or 1 over 4? Ask yourself, because some kids may be confused about this. They may think that 8 is bigger than 4. Maybe 8 is, no, this number is bigger. So is it like this or like this, or equal? Is it equal? Probably not. So it's not equal. So which one? Is it this or that? The line will help us, but also a rule of thumb, always if you have the same number on the top, on the denominator, the fraction that has the larger number on the denominator is actually the smaller number. So it will be like this. It will be that 1 over 8 is less than 1 over 4. Okay, it's less. So 1 over 8 will be, it just to remember like this, if you have one pizza on the top, this is like what you're gonna divide over the people or anything. So if you have one pizza, and if you have if you are 4 of you instead of 8 of you, so in one case, this group, they have 4 guys. They're gonna split the pizza over 4. These guys, they have 8 guys. So which group is they will eat more? They will have a larger slice. So definitely the ones that they are less, they will have more, because then the pizza, if this is the pizza, this is the quarter of the pizza, so each one will take a quarter. But if they are 8, they're gonna take half of a quarter, which is a smaller actually, something like this. So this is a quarter, this is half of a quarter, this is 1 over 8. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you this later, but this I like to give, I always explain to my son, I give him an example of pizza because it's very easy for them to imagine. So 1 over 8, so 1 over 8 will be here. Okay, so 1 over 8 is less than a quarter, and it's half of quarter. Okay, and then if we wanna use the other example of 1 over 6. Okay, so 1 over 6 will be actually the same as, since it's an even number, we're gonna divide this by 3, and then each one of this is, remember I did earlier, what's this? If I divide by 3, if this is 0 and 1, this is 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. But if I divide 1/3 divided by 2, it's actually 1 over what? 1 over 6. Okay, it's the same as the same, going back, I think the easy way to explain it as well is by giving the example of the pizza. So the example 0, 1, and then remember I cut it in 3, 1 over 3. If this is 1 over 3, this is 2 over 3, and this is what again? 3 over 3, which is 1, right? And then if I cut this in half, it's 1 over 6, right? So to make it clear, so remember, let me explain to you one more time so that you're not confused. Remember the easy way that this is, if this is 1, this is 1/2. So what's this again? 1 over 4. But how do we know it's 1 over 4? Like if we want to do how do we find it? It's the same as cutting 1/2 on 2, dividing 1/2 by 2. So how we divide 1/2 by 2? We say 1 over 2 divided by 2. So it's the same as 1 over 2 times 1 over 2. Okay, it's equal 1 over 4. Okay, you understand this? Very good. So I'm gonna go back to the so same thing, that 1 over 3 times 1/2 is equal 1 over 6. See, because we're not we're multiplying this by 1/2. We're not multiplying by 2. If we multiply by 2, it's gonna be 2 over 3, 2/3. But since we're dividing it by 2, it's gonna be 1 over 6. So that's how we find it here, 1 over 6. So if this is from here to here, 1 over 6, again this is plus 1 over 6 is 1/3. So it's the same as 1 over 6 plus 1 over 6 plus 1 over 6. So let's do this one. What's gonna be this? This is 1 over 6, 1 over 6, 1 over 6 equals what? 3 over 6, right? 3 over 6. So this is 3 over 6. Okay. And this is 2/3. But it's also 4 over 6. 4 over 6 is the same as 2 over 6 if we simplify it, right? Okay, because 4 is equal 2 times 2, and 6 is equal, so what's 6? 6 is equal 2 times 3. So 2, 2, same. We're gonna cancel them out. We're gonna end up with 2 over 3. Okay, this is how you play with fractions. Okay, so 2 over 3 is here, and then which is the same as 3 over 6. Okay, so from here to here is 1/3. So if we move just by 1 over 6 from here to here, what are we gonna get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one is 5 over 6. And then the last one is, we know it's 1 because we're starting from 0 to 1, and it's the same, it is 6 over 6, which is 1, same thing. Okay, So now you can answer. It's going to be easy for you to answer the question about 1 over 6. Where is it in the line? So we already put it here. It's right over here. Okay, it's right over here. It's way over. It's way less than 1/2. So it's way before 1/2. Okay, and then we're gonna do the last one, which is 4 over 10. We want to know where can we put 4 over 10. So let's erase all of this. 4 over 10. We're gonna do the same thing. We need to cut the now the line into 10 sections. So into 10 sections, this is how we're gonna do it. Let's work on the one they give us. Okay, from 0 to 1. This is 1/2. In the middle is 1/2. And then if we want to cut this piece, the whole thing, on 10. So how much we need to cut half of it? We need to cut it onto 5 pieces. So if we cut this on 5 pieces, maybe it's gonna be something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is just like, so what's this? The first one, this is into 5, and then we gonna cut the second one into 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then what will be the first one? This is 1 over 10. Okay, because we cut the whole line segment, the whole unit, by 10. So this is 1 over 10. This is 2 over 10. This is 3 over 10. This is 4 over 10. This is 5 over 10. What is 5 over 10? If we simplify it, equals what? 5 cannot be simplified. It's going to stay the same. 5 cannot be simplified. It's going to stay the same. Let's put 5 on the top. But 10 is equal 5 times what? Times 2, right? And then if we cancel 5 and 5, we're going to end up with 1 over 2. Okay, so I showed you again that 5 over 10 is the same as 1 over 2, 1/2. And what is our number that we want? Is 4 over 10. It's right over here. So 4 over 10 is here. But in the next question, they want you actually to compare these numbers. This number, 2 over 3, 1 over 6, and 4 over 10. So I want you to think about it. Go back and replay my video, and I hope you were right in those explanations I was explaining to you. And then try to do it by yourself before you watch how I'm gonna do it for you. Okay, so we have 4 over 10. So 2 over 3. Do you remember how we did 2 over 3? 2 over 3, we cut the whole thing into 3 pieces, the whole thing. So it's okay, I'm gonna do the other one in a different color so that we don't mix them. Okay, so I'm gonna do 2/3 on the same line here. Remember what is 1/3 will be? 1/3 will be somewhere here. 1/3 of this segment. And then what is 2/3? 1/3 somewhere here, roughly. Okay, this is 1/3, 2/3, and this is 3/3, which is 1. Okay, so we can see that 2/3 is actually here, greater than 1/2. So 2/3 is greater than 1/2. Okay, but 4/10 is less than 1/2, and also of course less than 2/3. What about 1/6? Remember how we did 1/6? 1/6 is easy. It just 1/6 is just half of 1/3. Remember I explained to you 1/3 times 1/2, which is divided by 2, equals 1/6. So we're just gonna divide this section by 2, something like here. So this one is 1/6. So 1/6 is here, and then 4/10 is here, and 2/10 is here. So 1/6 is less. 1/6 is less than 4/10. 4/10 is less than 1/2, and 1/2 is less than 2/3. Okay, I think this should be sufficient for you. And if you have any comment or any other question about what I just explained, please comment, and I'll see you in another homework problem. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.